AIO, friend or foe? I'm a 50-year-old woman, and yes, I am too old for this nonsense. I've been friends with someone, woman, for 29 years, roommates a few times. She was in my wedding. I attended her bachelorette and her wedding. I know her family and have spent time with them at various occasions. We've lived in the same city for most of that time, first down south and later NYC, except about 8 years ago, she moved 2 hours outside of NYC. I've been up to stay with her several times, but whenever she comes down to NYC, she's always meeting up with family. None of her family or her husband's family lives in NYC or anywhere nearby, or meeting up with her husband's friends for some particular event. The 2 times I've seen her in NYC since she moved was at a party for her husband's birthday, so she was busy talking to his friends. I've seen her several other times, but always in her city, about 2 hours away. Her family doesn't want to visit her town, so she has to meet them in NYC. So that's why this keeps happening. She never makes any effort to see me in the city that I live in, NYC, and I always find out via social media that she was even in town. It is starting to bother me more and more every year, as I have many other friends who visit NYC and make time for me. She would not make a special trip just to see me, and when she does make a special trip to NYC for something else, then she doesn't have time to see me and doesn't bother to ask due to the lack of time. We haven't hung out one-on-one in NYC in 8 years. Am I overreacting? My feelings are hurt? Nor. It hurts to be excluded from someone you love and have history with. Sometimes people drift apart. Maybe pull back and see if they contact you first. Set a period of time. Say anywhere between 6 to 12 months, and you will have your answer. 2. Nor, however, have you tried communicating this? I think many people get busy in life and just forget. Not making excuses for her, but maybe mentioning it and seeing how she reacts would tell you a lot more than what any of us could. She's being a bad friend, and I would call her out on that, in a nice way, obviously. 3. Or. But you definitely need to communicate with her to find out why. It really may be as simple as she genuinely doesn't have the time. The same thing happened to me a few years ago with a friend from the UK who I conversed with regularly over text. But she's a musician, and there was a period where she was coming to NYC, where I also live, pretty regularly. And I too was only seeing it on social media, and I started developing a complex about it because I actually randomly ran into her and her bandmate a couple of shows while she was in town, and I was absolutely sure I'd done something to offend her. I asked her about it a few times, and she insisted everything was fine and that she was genuinely just busy. I then got to have a more in-depth talk about it, and it turned out that she was really that busy. But she was also dealing with some serious band issues and felt like she didn't want to burden me with it. We now make sure to see each other each time either of us are in either London or NYC, even if it's only for quick coffee. I hope that you can get this sorted. 4. Ugh, that sucks. I'd like to think it could be unintentional and just reaching out might help. Hey, I see here you've been in NYC a few times lately. Next time you're here, I'd love to hang out. However, the time where you were at a party together and she still didn't make time for you seemed like intentional exclusion. If I was at a birthday party for my husband and my good friend was there also, I would definitely spend time with my friend, and probably make plans to do something with them the next day. 5. Nor. I think she tells you that she doesn't see you as someone she wants or needs in her life, not in spoken words, but by her actions. It may be intended or it may not be intended, but I can't help but interpret it as a rejection.